it's a great experience, honestly, just to walk through the doors again and to see the studios and the students and the smell of the building. It brings back a lot of good memories.
When you walk into the building, there's a kind of energy, passion that is immediately evident. How do you put your finger on that? I don't know. Certainly it comes from the students who are here, it comes from the faculty. There's no tension in the building per se, other than the tension that comes from hard work and creativity, because there's a camaraderie here among faculty and students and staff that I think is really unique.
I was like, oh my God, as soon as I came here, because I was like, look at all the stuff on people's desk, and look at all the junk everywhere, and look at what everybody's doing. Everything's weird colors, and everybody was doing something different, and everybody talked to you when I was here. And after that, there was no question, this is where I'm going, this is what I want to do. And I've never really questioned it since.
So I wrote this curriculum. I set down several criteria that I was going to follow. One is teach architectural design as a humane activity and not a style. Introduce the student to varying points of view, not one. Let's introduce them to different cultures so that the American student realizes that there are different ways of viewing exactly the same event, and they can all be valid. Emphasize that faculty of the School of Architecture are servants to students, not masters.
And that's what caused the school, I think, to become different. And maybe that's to a certain degree, it's in the DNA up until this moment, 50 years later.
It's all different, but it should have been. I would have made it different too. I don't know what way I would have done it, but that, I think, there's a continuity in the history. That's important.
What we really can do, instead of focusing on history, saying what's the tradition of all of that, and how does that tradition point us into the future? And so our tradition shows we are a place of community-based, connecting architecture with all folks, all people, and that's extremely unique.
There are core principles that have been important to the school throughout those 50 years and that haven't changed that much. And were very much a part of the culture 13 years ago when I started here as an adjunct. And it was interesting to hear Bruno talk about it and to recognize that those core ideas go back much further than that.
At first I was shocked to realize it was 50 years ago. But what it means to me is that we survived. I say we collectively, right? So the school has survived. It's adapted itself to changing environments and new technology coming into the thing. So it hasn't remained static. But that I see it, that integrity has been maintained. That's very important to me.
Well, I've spent, think a minute, almost 50 years involved in the School of Architecture. That's a long time. And I wouldn't be involved if it wasn't extremely meaningful to me. So I had a great education here. It gave me a passion about a profession that I have been extremely involved in. It gave me a passion about the community I live in, about the people around me. And I think as I fade into the sunset, I don't fade into the sunset with any regrets about my life and how I've lived my life here.